Okay guys, we're going to cover the following things in this video. We're going to go ahead and go over tab order, access keys, accept and cancel buttons, splash screen, using some color in your interface. We're actually not going to use much color at all. Using some containers, specifically the group box, panel and table, and text boxes and their uses. So let's go ahead and get started. We're going to build a really simple app with like just a couple things on it, and we'll go ahead and do all these things to it. So go ahead and go to File, New Project. Name, just call it Chapter 2, Topics. Okay, and let's go ahead and add a button, another button. Let's go ahead and add a label. Another label. One more label. A few text boxes. Okay. So what I want to do is actually, let's put these in a container. Let's go down to our containers here. Let's do a group box. And you can take these things, whoops. Actually, let's put them in the group box. Just makes it easier to move things around. Take these labels. Move them over. Okay. So that's one container. That's how we use a container and some objects here. And then this label, let's call this thing first num label. This is called camel case, where the first letter of the phrase or the object name should be under name, sorry. Text, we could just call it enter number. Okay. And we want to go down to where it says name, which is up here. There we go. First label num. What you want to do is, or first num label, sorry. If it's a label, we always want to end it with label. We want to end the control name with what it's called. If it's a text box, we'll end it with text box. The first letter is always lowercase, and every word after that, the new word is uppercase. This is called camel case. Okay? So in the second label, we'll go ahead and do the same thing. We'll call this second num label. And for the text, we'll put enter second number. And for this one, text, we'll call this your total is, and we will call this total label. Okay. All right. Now this one, this should actually be a label, because you don't really want the user to modify it. So let's go ahead and get rid of this. Okay, Control C, Control V. Didn't want to do that. And we're going to go ahead and the name, we're going to call this total label. Okay. Let's try that again. Total label. I don't know why it's not valid here. Let's try it again. Oh, total box label. Okay, because this one is called total label. You can't have two objects called the same thing. Okay, for this button, we'll call this clear button. Well, let's call this one add button. Okay. Let's see. So we did the group box. Panel and table is basically the same thing. So if you go to containers, for the panel, we could make this kind of small here. And we could drag our buttons in. So that's a panel. Not really a big deal here. And table. Again, this would just allow you to, add data in individual areas. So like, let's say we wanted maybe, I don't know, a button here. It's just going to go ahead and do that. And then you could fill up the table with buttons. We're not going to give these much behavior, just to know that this layout tool exists and you can do things with it. So again, going back to here, we've done this. Go ahead and strike that out. We've done text boxes and their uses. It's to input data. We'll go ahead and we'll do tab order now, and then we'll do access keys. So tab order, easiest way to do tab order is go to view, tab order. Make sure you're in your form when you do this. So this is 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 4, 0, 5. So this is the first box that'll get selected, and I'll go in this order. Okay. And the panel is the second box, and the this is the third box. So that's all we do, and then we go to view and tab order to turn that off. So now if I hit tab, you can tell it's going in the right order. Okay, so that was easy. That was tab order. Let's go ahead and strike that out. Access keys, let's go ahead and do that. I want to be able to enter this button by putting maybe the U. I want to put a clear. Let's see what I call this, a clear button, so that should clear. And we're going to put an ampersand next to the C, so that's Shift and 7. So if you hit Alt C, it should select that button. Theoretically, wasn't working last class, but it should. And add. So hit Shift and 7 to get an ampersand, and put a next add. You could put access keys on everything if you want. I'm not going to, but you could. Okay. Let's go ahead and get rid of the text. Okay, so those are access keys. So we're done with that. Accept and cancel buttons are super easy. Go on the form. Let's say the clear button will be the cancel button. So that's called clear button. And the add button will be the accept button. So go on your form, find where it says accept button, and this should be the add button. This button is activated when you hit enter on your keyboard. Now find the cancel button, and that should be clear button. Cancel keys is escape, and accept is enter. So just remember that when you go on your form and it's running and I hit escape, that means the whatever's designated under cancel button will automatically get activated. And when I'm on the accept button, when I'm on my form and I hit enter, whatever's designated as the accept button will get activated. So enter or escape. Pretty simple. That's that. And using colors, I'm basically just going to go ahead and, you could go to here and you could go to back color if you want. I wouldn't really go too crazy with changing the color of stuff. You want basically, you don't want to use more than 3 colors on your form or it's going to look really weird. So, keep it simple. That looks kind of ugly, but whatever. We'll keep it like that. Okay. So that's that. Done. And splash screen. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do that. I'm going to put this PowerPoint in my public samples, but to add a splash screen, all we want to do is you want to click the project menu bar and add new item, and then add new dialog box. And then you can go ahead and expand the items if you need to. Click Windows Form. That's it. And then enter the appropriate names. Let's go ahead and do that. Okay. Project. Add Windows Form. And we want splash screen. Click Add. Okay. Here's my splash screen. Now you could add whatever you want. Let's put a title in here. Test application. And that's about it. And when we go to your projects here, go to application, splash screen. You obviously want to use splash screen 1. And start up form 1. Okay? Just right click on your chapter 2 topics form to get that. And that's it. So if we click here, run the thing real quick, so that'll show up, and there you go, there's our code. I'm going to stop the video here, and what I'll do in the next video is just show you guys how to simply code this, because I don't want to run out of time here.